இப்போது புதிய அறிமுகம் அச்சி ஹோட்டல் சாம்பார் 50 கிராம் ரூபாய் 20 மட்டுமே.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, throw a little at it. Omax, Vest and Briefs.
அனைவருக்கும் இதயத்தின் பொங்கல் நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். பொங்கலோ பொங்கல். அனைவருக்கும் இதயம் மந்த்ராவின் பொங்கல் தின நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். பொங்கலோ பொங்கல்.
சுவிட்சர்லாந்தின் டாவோஸ் நகரில் நடந்த உலக பொருளாதார மாநாட்டில் அமெரிக்க அதிபர் ட்ரம்ப் உரையாற்றும் போது கிரீன்லாந்து விவகாரம் பற்றியும் குறிப்பிட்டார். ஐரோப்பாவுடன் அதிகரித்து வரும் புவிசார் அரசியல் பதட்டங்களுக்கு மத்தியில் கிரீன்லாந்து பாதுகாப்பற்ற நிலையில் இருக்கிறது. கனிம வளங்கள் நிறைந்த அந்த தீவை அமெரிக்காவால் மட்டுமே பாதுகாக்க முடியும். இரண்டாம் உலகப் போரின் போது ஜெர்மனியிடம் 6 மணி நேரத்தில் சரணடைந்த டென்மார்க்கால் கிரீன்லாந்தை பாதுகாக்க முடியாது. அமெரிக்கா தான் அதை பாதுகாத்து திரும்ப கொடுத்தது. ஆனால் இப்போது டென்மார்க் நன்றி உணர்வு இல்லாமல் நடந்து கொள்கிறது. கிரீன்லாந்தை திருப்பி கொடுத்து அமெரிக்கா முட்டாள்தனமாக நடந்து கொண்டது. கிரீன்லாந்து அமெரிக்காவின் வடக்கு பகுதியின் ஒரு அங்கம். அமெரிக்காவின் பாதுகாப்புக்கு கிரீன்லாந்து தேவை. அதை கையகப்படுத்த இராணுவத்தை பயன்படுத்த மாட்டேன். கிரீன்லாந்து கட்டுப்பாட்டை டென்மார்க்கிடமிருந்து கைப்பற்றுவதே லட்சியம். அமெரிக்காவின் முன்மொழிவை எந்த ஒரு நாடும் ஏற்கலாம் அல்லது எதிர்க்கலாம். ஆனால் அவர்களின் பதிலை அமெரிக்கா நினைவில் வைத்திருக்கும் என்று அதிபர் ட்ரம்ப் கூறினார்.
I have tremendous respect for both the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark. Tremendous respect. But every NATO ally has an obligation to be able to defend their own territory. And the fact is, no nation or group of nations is in any position to be able to secure Greenland other than the United States. We're a great power, much greater than people even understand. I think they found that out 2 weeks ago in Venezuela. We saw this in World War II when Denmark fell to Germany after just 6 hours of fighting and was totally unable to defend either itself or Greenland. So the United States was then compelled, we did it, we felt an obligation to do it, to send our own forces to hold the Greenland territory, and hold it we did at great cost and expense. They didn't have a chance of getting on it, and they tried. Denmark knows that. We literally set up bases on Greenland for Denmark. We fought for Denmark. We weren't fighting for anyone else. We were fighting to save it for Denmark. Big, beautiful piece of ice. It's hard to call it land. It's a big piece of ice. But we saved Greenland and successfully prevented our enemies from gaining a foothold in our hemisphere. So we did it for ourselves also. And then after the war, which we won it big. Without us, right now you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps. After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark. How stupid were we to do that? But we did it. So that was the end of the mothball story. So what we have gotten out of NATO is nothing except to protect Europe from the Soviet Union and now Russia. I mean, we've helped them for so many years. We've never gotten anything, except we pay for NATO. And we paid for many years until I came along. We paid for, in my opinion, 100% of NATO because they weren't paying their bills. And all we're asking for is to get Greenland, including right title and ownership, because you need the ownership to defend it. You can't defend it on a lease. Number one, legally it's not defensible that way, totally. And number two, psychologically, who the hell wants to defend a license agreement or a lease, which is a large piece of ice in the middle of the ocean where if there is a war, much of the action will take place on that piece of ice. Think of it. Those missiles would be flying right over the center of that piece of ice. All we want from Denmark for national and international security and to keep our very energetic and dangerous potential enemies at bay is this land on which we're going to build the greatest golden dome ever built. We're building a golden dome. We never ask for anything. and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland, where we already had it as a trustee, but respectfully returned it back to Denmark not long ago after we defeated the Germans, the Japanese, the Italians, and others in World War II. We gave it back to them. We were a powerful force then, but we are a much more powerful force now. After I rebuilt the military in my first term and continue to do so today, we have a budget of $1.5 trillion. Greenland is a vast, almost entirely uninhabited and undeveloped territory that's sitting undefended in a key strategic location between the United States, Russia, and China. That's exactly where it is, right smack in the middle. Wasn't important nearly when we gave it back. You know, when we gave it back, it wasn't the same as it is now. It's not important for any other reason, you know, everyone talks about the minerals. There's so many places. There's no rare earth, no such thing as rare earth. There's rare processing, but there's so much rare earth. And to get to this rare earth, you got to go through hundreds of feet of ice. That's not the reason we need it. We need it for strategic national security and international security. This enormous unsecured island is actually part of North America, on the northern frontier of the Western Hemisphere. That's our territory. It is therefore a core national security interest of the United States of America. And in fact, it's been our policy for hundreds of years to prevent outside threats from entering our hemisphere, and we've done it very successfully. We've never been stronger than we are now. It's the United States alone that can protect this giant mass of land, this giant piece of ice, develop it and improve it and make it so that it's good for Europe and safe for Europe and good for us. And that's the reason I'm seeking immediate negotiations to once again discuss the acquisition of Greenland by the United States. So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember. A strong and secure America means a strong NATO. And that's one reason why I'm working every day to ensure our military is very powerful, our borders are very strong, and above all, our economy is strong, because national security requires economic security and economic prosperity, and we have the greatest that we've ever had.